is also with us in the studio this morning. But before we move forward, my name is Ayodeji. You can call me. Never mind. My name is Ayodeji, and we don't need to get into that this morning. So let's just have a great time on the program this morning. So if you're a business owner, if you are someone who intends to go into business, if you are looking for mediums to upscale your business, if you know someone who actually plans to upscale their business, they need one thing or the other to upscale their business, this is the program for you, and this is time for you to stay glued to your radio set. Welcome on the program this morning. Once again, this is Kwaccima Business Hour, reaching from Royal FM 95.1. You're welcome back. It's still Kwaccima Business reaching from Royal FM 95.1 Ilorin. Let me quickly head over to Prince Ajisefini. Ayodeji Tajudeen. He was with us last week and he's here with us in the studio again. Good morning, Prince.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Thank God for another week.
Should I call you Prince or should I call you JAGABAN?
Anyone,
all right. So, last week we unpacked quite a number of, topical issues that are important to the business and economic landscape right here in Kwara, especially in terms of agriculture and agribusiness. We are going to continue from that angle today. Like we said, over the next couple of weeks, we are going to have other members or other sectors of Kwaccima also come on the program to come and talk about a couple of things. But this morning, let's just we are going to be looking at revenue opportunities in agribusiness to stakeholders. I'm going to like you to differentiate that later on. Also, we are going to look at importance of youth participation in agribusiness. We are going to look at the impact of community-based farm estate to food security. We intend to talk about the coming, of course, 10th trade fair that Kwaccima is organizing, and I believe it's this week or the coming week that we have the agribusiness stakeholders meeting. This week, all right. I believe it's on the 18th.
Yeah.
So
no, not it's on the
12th. It's on the 12th. All right.
Yes.
So it's going to be this week
Thursday.
So we are going to be talking about all of that on the program this morning. Once again, welcome to the program. So without wasting much of our time, let's head into revenue opportunities in agribusiness to stakeholders. Now, when you say this, I first want us to clarify. When you say stakeholders, are you saying stakeholders in Kwaccima, or who exactly are you referring to when you say stakeholders?
Thank you very much, and good morning, everybody, wherever you are listening to this program. I remain myself JAGABAN of ENTERPRIS.
Explain.
And when we talk about agribusiness prospects and revenue opportunities, you see, when we start from there, last week we are able to distinguish between agribusiness and agriculture. Mm-hmm. And today we'll be talking about what are the components of agribusiness. And starting from the components, number one thing is knowledge. Mm-hmm. At Kwaccima, especially the Agric trade group, capacity building is number one thing that we are targeting at. Train the trainers.
Okay.
About the modern way of upscaling your agribusiness activities. When we move from there, we look at which area of agribusiness are you into?
Okay.
Is it into livestock, crop, or vegetable? We take, for example, arable crops. What are the opportunities? The opportunities start from the land lease. We have so many land that are farmables belonging to families. Nothing is happening there. For decades, they are just there. If we come together, we identify such opportunity, it becomes a revenue to such families. Lease it out at an agreed fee for an agreed tenure.
All right.
The revenue coming to that is not only for the landowner in that community, but for the community as a whole.
Okay.
Because the community will develop. Economic activities in the community will improve. Criminality will reduce in such communities. Bush will turn to what? Farms. Moving away from the landowner or the family owner of the land, preparation of the land. If it's going to be a mechanized one, the equipment leasing organization, we have business to do. That's why I'm soliciting to private sectors in Nigeria, especially in Kwara State, that God blessed you. You have this fund. You have what it takes. invest into farm mechanization. Government cannot do it all alone. Kwaccima is ready to partner with any organization that owns farm implements, and they are ready to lease it out.
Okay.
Because number one problem of agribusiness and arable farming or tree crop farming is equipment. Mechanization is the number one target, and that is one of the things that is affecting food security in Nigeria. What mechanization we do in 1 hour, direct labor will not do it in 1 week. Meaning that there is opportunity in investing into farm mechanization, starting from the bulldozer, tractors, mini irrigation, harvesters, even thank God for the technology now. Drone is being used at the farm for spraying of both herbicide and fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. These are things we need to look inward and see the opportunity there. If I invest my money and Kwaccima is ready to partner with me, maybe direct investment. Okay, Kwaccima will buy this, keep it in your organization. At every point in time, this is how much you will be paying to me. Okay. So also government, especially to the government, because I used to say it in business language. Government has no business in business.
Can you expatiate on that?
We are not into enterprise development. We are into what? Agribusiness.
All right.
Meaning, government has the responsibility of providing the equipment because they have the opportunity. Provide this equipment. Partner with organized private sector that has focus on agribusiness.
Okay.
Give it to that organization. Let them be liable. Let them be responsible for the usage and remittance of your expected revenue. It will increase the IGR from that sector. That's another opportunity. Moving away, haulaging. Where there is good road network, it's just that I don't know if the Constitution of Nigeria allow private sector to provide road network to various farm locations.
I don't think so.
Well, if not, this is an opportunity for local governments where the farm is located to invest in the road network. By so doing, if you now ask farmers that are bringing their farm output from their farm to pay token as what? Tax for usage of these facilities, for maintenance of these facilities, not even usage. Willingly, farmers will be ready to do what? Make it available. You can see prospects, employment opportunity. Where the farm is located, a lot of people will be engaged. In agribusiness, we always say something. Before you extend your employment opportunity to external, take the opportunity of the internal. Look within your community. Have a community meeting with both the Bale, the Obas, and the chief, plus the youth and every other person that are there. This is what I'm bringing to your community. Can we get people that are ready to be part of it, to share the vision of the owner of such business? You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Job opportunity is there. And now to processors. Who says investors will not want to come and invest and have a cottage industry in such a village, in such a community, because nearest to raw materials is number one thing you need to consider when you are establishing a factory.
Exactly.
That will bring development
to the community.
To the community. Where we have paddy rice. Instead of me paying about 2,000 naira per bag of 75 kg from a point A to a lorry, why not take my parboiling system up to drying system to that community to minimize my cost of production? Who says if the business is so buoyant, why not locating the factory in that community?
Thereby saving a lot of money, of course.
Saving and bringing the cost of raw material, cost of production down. Government will make more IGR for such products, from such units. You can see if you start expatiating, the prospect in agribusiness is a thing that can sustain any state that is interested in it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Ajisefini Ayodeji Tajudeen. He is the Vice President, Agriculture at the Kwara State Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Kwaccima. Today, like I said, we are going to be discussing a number of things. He just unpacked a lot of things as regards to revenue opportunities in agribusiness to the stakeholders. And
who are the stakeholders?
Exactly.
Thank you.
I was just going to bring you back to that.
Number one stakeholder is the farmer. The landowner is a stakeholder.
Okay.
The farmer that wants to operate or the entrepreneur that wants to operate is a stakeholder.
Whether or not they are with Kwaccima?
Either or not they are with Kwaccima.
Okay.
What we are trying to do with this kind of a program is to bring the mind of our people back home, especially Kwaras that are outside Kwara State, that come back home. Kwara is known to be an agrarian state. Let's take the opportunity.
Okay.
By the time they see this, it will motivate them to say, wow, Kwaccima is a place I need to join. Because Kwaccima is one of the private advocator for businesses in Kwara State.
All right, let's take a short break, and when we return, we are going to be still unpacking more about the other stakeholders. You've mentioned the first stakeholder, of course. We are going to get into the other two when we return. It's still Kwaccima Business Hour, reaching from Royal FM 95.1. Stick around with us. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. It's still Kwaccima Business Hour, reaching from Royal FM 95.1 Ilorin. And yes, we've been speaking with Prince Ajisefini Ayodeji Tajudeen, popularly known as the JAGABAN of Enterprise. Is the Vice President, Agriculture at Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Kwaccima. Yes, so it was actually speaking about, the stakeholders when it comes to agribusiness. We are speaking about revenue opportunities in agribusiness and, the revenue opportunities to stakeholders. Now, my own question has been, who are the stakeholders? He has mentioned the very first person, or the very first category of people who are, the farmers themselves. And, he has also unpacked a bit of what they can actually gain and what they could garner from, investing properly in agribusiness. We are going to be going into other, stakeholders, but before we head into that, remember you can also be part of the program. If you have a question, if you have a comment you want to pass across on the program, if you have a contribution to the program, you can always call into the program this morning, 0810-850-1371. Once again, 0810-850-1371. That is the number to call on the program this morning. Feel free to send us messages on WhatsApp on 0916-737-5588. WhatsApp once again, 0916-737-5588. Let me head back to you, Prince Ajisefini Ayodeji Tajudeen. We've been speaking about the stakeholders. The very first stakeholder, according to you, is the farmer. Who are the other stakeholders?
The workers.
Okay.
Because don't say because you are paying them salary. If they are not, you are paying them wages or anyhow. If they are not there to support your vision will not be realized. And that is what I would like our people to realize today. Your number one partner on your farms is what? Your workers.
Your worker.
Because the time they spend on farm is far, far more than the time you stay on farm. Don't ever see them as a slave. They are stakeholders in that business. Number 3, the input suppliers. Who are the input suppliers? You are into poultry, where you got your day-old chicks, drugs, feed, and other things that makes the birds to live the way it's supposed to live,
including maybe the veterinarian.
Exactly. These are the categories of stakeholders. And for arable farmers or crop farmers, fertilizer supplier, where you got your seed, herbicide, etc. Even the company that you paid to come and do the land preparation is a stakeholder. Why the haulage organization is also a stakeholder. The insurance company
is also a stakeholder.
Is still also a stakeholder in the business. And who is the last stakeholder? The consumer of that product.
So real quick, because I've heard a lot of things that you've mentioned. Is it possible to also say that the government could be or is a stakeholder in all of this?
Government is a stakeholder because the land belongs to government. Government policy affects what the agribusiness people are doing.
Okay.
If peradventure government now declares that there will be free tax on agricultural activities,
I know you'll be excited.
I will be the first person. And we are getting there by the grace of God.
Okay.
Whereby farmers will have access to free tax.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Prince Ajisefini. All right. Let's move on to other issues. When we talk about last week, you mentioned it briefly, but I want us to really go into it this morning. When we talk about the importance of young persons or importance of youth in participation in agribusiness. In fact, let me speak generally at Kwaccima. I know this present administration and crop of executives that we have, you are focused and you are invested in young people. You intend to carry young people along in the economic landscape of Kwara. But the question I have is, when we talk about agribusiness, what can we say is the importance of young persons or of the youth in participation in agribusiness? Also, because I'm not trying to say young people, but young people, they want to know what is in it for me? What can I get from this? And maybe most young people are not that patient. So is there a way you can actually let them know, if you do this or if you're a part of this, maybe it's not short term, maybe it's long term, but there is definitely something for you in it. So basically, what is the importance of young people in agribusiness and what is in it for them if they go into it?
Thank you very much. Who are the young people?
Myself. And
plus me.
You say so?
Youth in Nigeria today, do we blame them for not imbibing in agribusiness or agriculture? No. Because charity begins at home. We, the parents, are the cause of our youth losing interest in this aspect. And we thank God. By now, some of them have started to realize, yes, you cannot just graduate from university and start your own business. It's not that easy. It's easier said than done. But one thing that has to be done is mindset reorientation. Constitution of Nigeria allow public servants to do what? To participate in agriculture. And what discourages most of our youth is, one, if you ask them, why are you, I don't have funding. 2, insecurity. 3, there is no buyer of their farm produce. And all these things are solutions to the problem they are saying. If you don't have a right mindset, even we that we call ourselves entrepreneurs, that we have been there for 2, 3, 4 decades, it's because of the mindset. We need to enlighten our youth. Agribusiness is not a short-term venture.
Okay.
In it, there are short terms. In it, there are medium term. In it, there are long time. Sacrifice is what agribusiness required. If you are not ready to sacrifice, you can't do it. Your personal emotion is what agribusiness required. If you don't have that in charge, or you can't control your personal emotion, you can't work in agribusiness. If peradventure you are able to do SWOT analysis of yourself as an individual, what do I really want for myself? I read business administration. That's my first degree. During my secondary school days, I was a trance in agri class. I can't remember that day, my agri teacher sent me out of the class that, can you get out? But look at me today. I have an agribusiness training institute, and I'm proud of that because I have passion for that thing. It has not been easy, but where you have passion, you consider it as a learning process. For the youth, there is an outfit for youth in Kwaccima, where we bring them, irrespective of your discipline. If you read Agric, you read Maths, you read physics, you are a medical doctor, you are an engineer, you are anything, you must eat.
Okay.
You remember the period of Operation Feed the Nation? The same school that is here today, whereby all the professors have their own farm at the back of their... Where is it today? We are going back there. How do we achieve this? First thing is, bring these youths together. Let's give them the opportunities that are in need.
Okay.
You read Agric. I mean, you read accounting. Do you know that farmers need accountant now? Because one of the problem with agribusiness is product pricing. Cost accounting is not well implemented in agribusiness.
And that's because cost accounting of agribusiness it differs from other sectors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Standard accounting principle and procedure for accounting is different, and for agribusiness is different from other businesses.
So it varies from sector to sector.
From sector to sector. Can you see the opportunity there?
And you need professionals like professional accountants and
not only professional accountants. Yes, you may be a chartered accountant, but you need to practice it. You need to be in it for you to know where it is.
You need to be specialized in that area.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
You read human resources management, and you say you are looking for a job. Do you know how many staffs agribusiness is engaging on daily basis? There are so many people that are very sound in their business, but when it comes to human management, they don't have that skill. Why don't you look for such person to be their consultant? You can see the agribusiness. I'm not talking about them becoming a farmer.
Actually. It's the opportunities.
You read biochemistry, and there are factories that are going into food processing. You are telling me that there is no job. Why can't you look into that? You read mass communication. What is the relevance of mass communication to agribusiness? You can see it now. Did I study mass communication?
Absolutely.
But look at the way I'm presenting a Greek word. Who says that you cannot go out there and have a magazine, e-magazine that will prompt other youth in your category to fall in love with this? Now let's come back to those that wants to practice it. I always say something, either as an association or government. You don't encourage youth to come into agriculture with a long-term project. They will run away. Encourage them with something that under 3-4 weeks
They are seeing proceeds.
They are started to see proceeds. Encourage them to do what? To fund it, or not as a grant, but as a loan, so that will give them what? Commitment. If such a thing is done, and there is ready-made market for such product, and that's why in agribusiness, you don't go to farm without having signed an agreement with somebody that is ready to buy your product. Gone are the days you will produce down for unknown market. And that leads to what? Waste of harvest. That leads to what? Poor pricing. But a system now is for the youth. I'm encouraging you, come together under commodity base.
Okay.
If it is vegetable, which is the cheapest to fund, I always say something. If you want you to stay on farm and enjoy themselves without coming to the town, it's so easy. Give them one livestock plus one vegetable, because waste from one unit is an input to another unit. Somebody that has a poultry farm or a fish farm or a rabbit farm, it's compulsory for such a person to stay on the farm. And what do you need to support such a person? Give him a vegetable farm to manage. And one good thing is, my youth there, either you are an animal husbandry person or you are a vegetable farmer, two of them are daily income earner for you. How do I mean? You are into rabbitry. Do you know that the urine from rabbit is now cash, daily cash? They buy it per liter. If I'm not mistaken, it's more than how much you are buying petrol and per liter of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to go into rabbitry, by the way.
But you need to learn it. Somebody was telling me I'm into rabbitry. I don't know where I can sell it. I said, wow. Don't you know that rabbit as an animal is good for people with blood pressure? It's a white meat animal. Meaning that anybody above 40 or 50, you are not encouraged to take red meat, but to take what? White meat. Why not create a joint, call it rabbit joint? Zobo, kunu, tiger nut and other things with your rabbit. This is an opportunity. Same thing for poultry. There are so many opportunities in poultry. That's why I used to tell my students, you want to go into poultry, which part of the poultry? Is it animal, is it egg production or meat production? Meat production. Is it hard meat or soft meat? If it is either of these, for a youth to be encouraged to come into poultry, give him a day old chicks, maybe 1 carton, rear it for 5 weeks. After 5 weeks, I remember we call something breed and say, then the day old cock, it was about maybe 10 naira or 20 naira. Plus or minus, you give 70 naira to rear it for 4 weeks. Somebody, the open market on Fafa, this community market, take it there. Even as at now, there are some people that will come and buy in bulk. Everyone, each of those birds at the point of sale, these people benefited about 50% profit. Tell me, will such a person be looking for a job that will not give him time? And the poultry waste is what he used for the fertilization of his soil to produce organic food, which are exportable. You can see the benefits. That's why number one thing we intend to do in Kwaccima now is to organize a symposium, a summit for all the interested youth in Kwara State. Let's talk together and see how we can bring them, change their mindset. Now Nigeria is going to non-oil economy. Nigeria is going into green economy. It's going into blue economy. How do you want to fix it before it's too late?
All right, thank you so much, Prince Ajisefini, Ayodeji, Tajudeen. Like that's really a lot. And look, in case you have missed one part of this or that, the program is actually streaming on our Facebook page at facebook.com/RoyalFM951. So in case you've missed one part of what he said, because I believe like this is a lot actually, and I'm probably going to be going back to Jot. He said I should come and learn rabbitry, so probably I'll come to the institute to come and learn that, by the way.
No, we are not talking about my institute. We are talking about Kwaccima.
Okay.
At Kwaccima we train.
Okay, at Kwaccima you also train.
Yeah.
All right, so I should come and learn at Kwaccima.
Through Kwaccima.
Not at your institute. No. All right, we'll talk about that after the show. All right, so let's talk about impact of commodity-based farm estates to food security. You kind of mentioned it while you're talking about it. So can you expand it a little bit more on the impact of commodity-based farm estates to food security?
You see, in the late 70s, where I think I was around that time, but I don't know of yours. In the middle 70s, towards the late 70s, there is what they call farm settlement, where the federal government cleared land, allocate acres of land to individual farmers, whereby all of them will come together, do their farming stuff, go back home in the evening, they resume there. By then, there was no issue of food insecurity. But in Nigeria today, as an agribusiness practitioner, we have identified, let's categorize it and return it to commodity-based. How do I mean by commodity-based? If you want to have farm settlements for maize, let's have it somewhere. In Kwara, we have 16 local governments, isn't it?
Exactly.
And each local government in Kwara is blessed with a crop or 2 or 3.
Or more, in fact.
Let's now focus on 4 per local government. That we want to do commodity-based 4 crops per local government, which is our target at Kwaccima. We want to end it up by saying 1 local government, 1 enterprise. We want local. Thank God they are working on our industrial park. Less the product of Kwara goes to that industrial park, courtesy of Kwaccima. Let's identify where is maize, percentage of high maize is coming from in Kwara State. Let's have a farm estate there, whereby both during the rainy season and dry season, just like the plan of the federal government, one of the agenda plan for agribusiness is, 1, they want all around the year farming. I've been saying this, I will say it again. There is collaborative effort between Ministry of Water Resources in Kwara State plus Ministry of Agric plus Ministry of Business, Information and Technology in order to have this thing work well. At the same time, Ministry of Environment, because the waste from this farm can be converted to what? Gas.
Gas, yeah.
You can see renewable energy, which is what we are going into. Having maize farm estate, having soya farm estate, give us the opportunity to do what? To improve and increase our productivity. Monocropping is the only factor that can sustain our food security in the world. A situation whereby on an acre of land or an hectare of land you are planting 4 or 5 crops, the output will not give you the expected result. But when you have this monocropping, whereby I have 1 acre and 1 hectare of my maize farm, I'm expecting 4 tons. Okay. 4 tons times 100 hectares, that's 40 tons. You are able to project what you are expecting. And having them all together, you know that you have 100 farmers in this particular location, and you have one thing that will sustain them. Maybe you created the fish farm for them or poultry farm, whereby they must go to the farm from morning to evening. If you have 50, 70 people on a particular farm, will there be crisis between farmers and herdsmen? No. But a situation whereby the farmers only goes there to come and weed, after weeding, he goes back home, and the farms is scattered, how will the productivity result to sustainability of food security? Question for others to answer.
All right. Thank you so much, Prince Ajisefini. Let's quickly talk about the agribusiness stakeholders meeting, but I believe we need a breather. So when we come back, we are going to get into that. And we also want to talk about the 10th trade fair that is happening very, very soon. Remember, you are listening to Kwaccima Business Hour on Royal FM 95.1. If you have certain questions or certain inquiries that you have for Kwaccima, if you do not ask on the program, you can always visit the Kwaccima Secretariat at Kwaccima House, Afon Junction at Gomo, or better, you can send an email to them at kwacimba@gmail.com. You can also call Mr. Ahmed on 080-3909-7405. We'll take a breather now. When we return, we'll be continuing with other conversation as regards the agribusiness stakeholders meeting happening this week. Stick around. We'll be right back. Alright, you're welcome back. You're still listening to Kwaccima Business Hour, reaching you from Royal FM 95.1. The program is brought to you by the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. We've been speaking with the Vice President Agriculture at the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, in person of Prince Ajisefini Ayodeji Tajudeen, popularly known as the JAGABAN of Enterprise. And it's been an interesting conversation thus far. All right, so we've unpacked a number of things. We've spoken about the various revenue opportunities that stakeholders who are investing into agribusiness and who intend to invest into agribusiness are already enjoying and can enjoy. We've also spoken about the importance of youth participation when it comes to agribusiness. We've spoken about the impact of commodity-based farm estates to food security. Like, that's quite a lot. But let's talk about the agribusiness stakeholders meeting happening this week. I believe it's going to be on the 12th.
Yes.
It's going to be on the 12th.
On Thursday.
On Thursday. All right, so I have a couple of questions. First and foremost, okay, when we say stakeholders meeting, who are the people that we are expecting at the meeting? What is going to be happening, or what is going to be discussed at such meeting, so that certain persons can also know, like, okay, you know what, I should be at this meeting? Because some people just be like, if I don't know what they're talking about, it's probably not my business. So I want to know what they are going to be talking about. Then they can identify and say, okay, you know what, this is actually part of, or this is something I should be part of. And at the end of the day, what is the collective goal and benefit for everybody who is a part of that meeting?
Thank you very much. The aim and objective, the aim behind this first of its kind private stakeholders in agribusiness value chain is to come together and speak with one voice. 2, to identify all the challenges facing our various categories of agribusiness value chain. The kind of problem a poultry farmer is facing is not the same thing with what a cattle or goat farmers are facing. It's not the same kind of problem these wild animals breeders are facing. The kind of problem a tree crop farmers are facing are not the same problems arable farmers are facing. Same thing with catfish farmers, vegetable farmers, processors, marketers, and other equipment leasing organization. Let's come together. Let's categorize ourselves so that we can know where is our problem. Because the economy of Nigeria now is becoming private-driven economy. It's no longer public-driven economy. You can see it from the top, and it's happening in the state. It is the private that should say this is what we want. This is how it can work. So that when government wants to do what they call easy way of doing business, it is what we come up with that in agribusiness sector of the economy, these are the challenges and this is our proposed way out to ensure and sustain food security. Who are we expecting? We are expecting the business owners, not their representative.
Okay.
Because it is an investor that invested his money, knows where the shoe is pinning him or her. Sending your representative, he will only say, I will revert to my oga. Yes, not that you can't send representative. Send somebody that you know is at the caliber of decision making.
Okay.
In your organization. We are looking at private business owners. There are so many agricultural business ventures in Kwara State that has gone moribund. This time around, we want to see how we can partner and bring the business back home.
Okay.
There are so many processing centers in Kwara, Ilorin specifically. For one reason or the other, they have closed down their businesses. How can we partner to bring these businesses back to life? How can we partner to get market for their product? And for government, we are ready to partner with government to get the correct database. The correct what? Database of practicing agribusiness in Kwara State.
Quick one. Can we say, or how certain are we that the government have the accurate database of agribusinesses in Kwara?
Wow, I wouldn't like to answer that question because, it's the responsibility of Ministry of Agric.
Okay.
They have it. How accurate it is, I wouldn't know. But we, the private sector, we want to have our own.
All right.
That's why we are working with both individual enterprises
and the government.
One, cooperative societies.
Okay.
Commodity associations. Don't be surprised, we have nothing less than 50 commodity associations in Kwara State.
Especially in terms of agriculture?
Yes.
Wow.
We have even more than 50. And each of these commodity associations have their local government officers, ESCOs and members. Therefore, this is the time for us to come together and have a correct database. Where there is no data, there is no planning. It is when we are able to get this database right, we'll be able to present our case before the government as organized private sector. For poultry farmers, these are their problems. These are the numbers of poultry farmers we have. In this category, we have people that are into egg production. In this category, we have people that are into meat production. In this category, we have people that are into turkey. So also for other arables and for processors. Imagine, in Kwara State, we have so many processors. Is it rice? Is it cassava? Is it cowpea? Is it juice? But where are they? It makes things difficult for government also to determine which sector I need to invest on. And that's why we are calling on every stakeholders. If you are a business owner in agribusiness, you are welcome, you are invited. The cooperative society that are basically for agribusiness, send your chairman and your secretary, or your chairman or your secretary to this program. It's coming up on 12th of October at Kwaccima Secretariat. 12 o'clock is 12 o'clock. We are all businessmen. We don't want to take too much time and wait for somebody.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Ajisefini. All right, let's quickly head into the last thing that we're going to be talking about on the program today, because of our time, of course. The 10th Kwara Trade Fair is coming up this year. Kwaccima had a great outing last year, by the way, and I believe you are currently looking at having a better outing this year in terms of the trade fair. Now, what is the theme of the trade fair? What are the people that we are expecting at the trade fair? All of this and more we are going to be speaking about. Let's take a breather. It's still Kwaccima Business Hour on Royal FM 95.1. Alright, you're welcome back. It's still Kwaccima Business Hour on Royal FM 95.1, brought to you by the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. We've been speaking about a number of things on the program today, and I really hope that you did not miss any part of it. In case you did, you can watch the entire program on Facebook at facebook.com/Royal FM 951. Once again, that is at facebook.com/Royal FM 951. Let's get into the final streak of conversation on the program this morning. All right, so we are speaking about the 10th Kwara Trade Fair, which is happening this year, and I saw the theme and I just thought I would prefer the Vice President Agriculture to actually do that himself. So let's talk about the theme. What is the theme for the trade fair this year?
Thank you very much. The theme is so very, very, very good. A renewed hope in transforming commerce. Renew hope in transforming commerce. And when we talk about commerce, that includes who? The buyers, the traders, the business owners that are into buying and selling. And this is another sector of the economy that grow the IGR of the state. Exactly.
All right. So if you don't mind me asking, why did Kwaccima come up with that theme for this year's trade fair?
Looking at it, there's a lot of factors that affected it. We look at it, the hope of traders because of the economic situation in Nigeria is what?
Exactly, like very low.
Very diminishing.
Yeah.
Because the high rate of inflation has affected their businesses. High rate of forest has affected their businesses.
Many businesses are closing.
And many traders have started closing down their businesses because of all these factors.
Okay.
Therefore, we look at it. If we should allow this to continue, it will be a disaster to the unit of. If you are as a producer, you produce, who will go and sell in the shop? Nobody. Let's come together, get involved together, and see how we can bring back the hope of our traders, of our participators in the sector, the commerce sectors of Kwara economy and as Nigeria in the whole.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Ajisefini. Ayodeji Tajudeen is the Vice President Agriculture at the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. Do not forget, maybe you're hearing for the first time on the program this morning. Well, that's good news. The 10th Kwara Trade Fair 2023 is happening this December. It's from the 8th to the 17th of December. It's going to be happening at the Kwara Stadium Complex, Ibrahim Taiwo Road, Ilorin. And again, the theme is a renewed hope in transforming commerce. I asked Prince Ayodeji already, and he has explained in detail why we have that theme. And like he said, trust me, if you move around town, businesses are not opening. when you get to certain shops, people are just they have less, goods on display. So basically, I believe this is probably like a appropriate time for such, a theme. And so when we talk about who to exhibit, we are expecting quite a number of persons.
Yeah, starting from business owners. You are a trader, you are a manufacturer, you are invited. Even we are bringing people from abroad. Okay. Because you look at it, it's not a local trade fair.
It's not
going to be a local trade fair. Yes, we have been having a very wonderful trade fair in Kwara State. We will continue to have more wonderful ones. This 10th trade fair, we have so many innovation and activities laid out. Especially, we want to encourage our nano, our micro traders on how to scale up their businesses. There is going to be a business clinic facilities for them. There is going to be an arbitration center for them, so that you are owing me, I'm owing you. We don't need to go to police station. Let's come together and settle it. There is going to be opportunities of my people are coming to buy, because product that they will be bringing will be pocket friendly, and there is going to be technical section.
Okay.
Financial investors are coming. Come with your product. Bankers are ready. There are loans now, opportunities from developmental bank and commercial bank, even the microfinance bank, especially for our mummies. There are so many windows to finance your businesses. I'm saying this. So many of these commercial banks has approached us that they have this window for funding women-owned businesses. Two, we have no choice. Women, let's jack up.
All right. All right. And when we also talk about
for the food, my people, my farmers, my own constituency, this is the time to come and tell the whole world. Kwara is the food center in North Central. Kwara is the gateway for food security in North Central. Kwara is the hub of food in the whole northern zone. Let's come and exhibit our potential.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Ayodeji Tajudeen. You heard it, the 10th Kwara Trade Fair 2023 happening this December 8th to 17th to the 17th of December. A renewed hope in transforming commerce, and you heard who can exhibit. Trust me, in the coming days, we are still going to be talking about this trade fair. It's going to be much louder than we actually are at the moment. So many thanks for joining us on the program this morning, Prince Ajisefini Ayodeji Tajudeen, the JAGABAN of Enterprise, who happens to be the Vice President Agriculture at the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. Do not forget, if you have certain inquiries, you have certain questions as regards the operations of Kwaccima, you can be a part of the organization. You can visit the Kwaccima House at Afon Junction at Gamo, or better still, you can send an email to them at kwacimber@gmail.com. Once again, you can send an email to them at kwacimber@gmail.com. You can also telephone or reach out to Mr. Ahmed on 080-3909-7405. Once again, 080-3909-7405. Many thanks to Alain Kadan Kazim for being a part of the program today, as well as a big shout out to the producer of this program, Miss Damlola Amma, who happens to be the public relations officer at the Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, and also to the executive producer of this program, the president of Kwaccima, Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. I know Prince Ajisefini likes to say the first female president, so yes, the first female president, Chief Mrs.
I'm E for she.
Yeah, exactly, myself as well.
You are following me?
Yes, I'm following. All right, Chief Mrs. Ronke Adeyemi, many thanks for listening to the program this morning. My name is Ayodeji Oluyede. Let's do it together same time next week. Have a good day.